you fast at least once in a month. You do fasting at least once in a month. So it means you don't eat anything on that day, right?
Right.
We generally believe that our body requires fuel and we need to have good intake so that we are energetic enough to keep ourselves moving and to be able to do any activity that we have planned for the day. But not eating, fasting is not eating, right? So does
Right.
not eating help us?
Oh, yes, it does help us. You see, our digestive system also needs some kind of overhauling. So,
Yes.
once in a month, it's a good idea to do water fasting. It means I
Okay.
do take water, but no solid food, not even limbu pani. तो कोई
Okay.
भी कुछ खाना नहीं है 24 आवर्स, तो ये एक डिटॉक्सिंग के लिए भी बहुत जरूरी है. दिस काइंड ऑफ वाटर फास्टिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो ये एक रिस्ट्रिक्शन की बात है. वी वंस वी अंडरस्टैंड दिस, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल बेनिफिट, बट we will just talk about the health benefit. It helps in many ways, and you will be surprised that you are more energetic, and it works better for the whole lifestyle and
Okay.
health. Yeah,
Okay, okay. And I think like even the Western countries are talking about fasting, even they are talking about intermittent fasting. So I wanted to ask you, what is intermittent fasting?
right. So all this thing is basically not to eat. So
Okay,
one can also plan from sunset to next day sunrise.
okay,
So शाम का खाना जल्दी खा लेना चाहिए सूर्यास्त के समय. So depending upon the place where you are, because the sunset and sunrise time you can check on Google, and
yes,
depending upon that particular location, you can plan your dinner time before sunset.
okay,
And then throughout the night, nothing to eat. Next day morning at the sunrise, after the sunrise, you eat. So that
okay,
kind of fasting is also possible. The idea is start slowly, increase number of hours gradually. It works better. Yeah.
okay, okay. And I wanted to ask you one more question. Like you said that we should eat at sunrise, right? So after we wake up, I just want to ask you, after we wake up, after how much time should we consume something?
Right. Now, after you wake up, we can have water first, normal water,
Okay.
and then do the brush and all that. And after that, I suggest to have a glass of green smoothie. That is the
Okay.
best thing before the breakfast. So
Okay.
immediately after the sunrise, you can eat. You can do the breakfast. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Um, there is something called as juice feasting. Like feast lena hai, lekin in the form of juices. So what is juice feasting?
Right. So you see, one day in a month, you
Okay.
can take liquid diet. For
Okay.
example, soup, juice, coconut water, but only liquid.
Okay.
So there is juice feasting or a liquid diet. This also is very good idea. One can try once in a month only liquid. So I call it juice feasting. So we can
Okay.
you can have various kind of color of fruits. I will be
Okay.
able to share the idea. Just let me know on WhatsApp. I will
Okay.
send the details. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So how does it help? Like having only liquid through the day, how does it help our body, mind?
absolutely. And I am happy you mentioned mind, because this is
Yeah.
also very important. So
Yes.
body and mind both are really requiring this kind of some restriction in eating. The
Okay.
digestive system needs rest. if you know the digestive system, the food tube, the liver, the stomach, the intestine, all these things get properly aligned,
Okay.
overhauling a kind of repair. So it
Okay.
helps a lot. And
Okay.
of course, as I said earlier, the energy is really high, and you will enjoy this rainbow kind of juice feasting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So this was about fasting and feasting, right? Now
right.
coming to our diet, regular diet, what would you recommend us to have in our regular diet?
Right. So, you see, we need to understand that first of all, we need vegetarian diet.
Okay.
So, the food has to be which is plant based, no
Okay.
animal based food.
Okay.
No animal based food, no non vegetarian. This is the very first thing, basic thing when we are doing meditation. This
Okay.
helps. So it's like, whatever food we take, our thoughts are related with that. So it is very important that we stick to plant-based diet. And now the
Okay.
research shows that it is much better. Our digestive system is not designed
Hmm.
for non-veg.
Okay.
That is the fundamental. Any doctor or any medical science will show that.
Okay.
Another
But
very
I
important thing in food is we
okay.
can have various kind of items.
Okay.
Just for example, I would say include dry fruit, the almond, badam, and akroot. Uh,
Okay.
so you can soak it overnight and eat it the next day morning.
Okay.
By the way, many people, this is a very little controversial. I would like viewers to put their comment
Okay.
and share their experience about pickle and papad. It is
Okay.
recommended. It is
Okay.
recommended.
It is
Little, not much. Well, everything
okay.
should be in small quantity, but pickle
Okay.
is a good idea, and
Okay.
papad.
Okay, you
Yeah,
said a pickle and papad is a good idea. This is something I'm hearing for the first time. Otherwise, people
right,
usually say that you should avoid pickle and papad in your
right.
lunch or dinner because many people who are prone to acidity they face problem. So, how do you say that it is good?
So, you see, the research shows that the pickle it comes with certain oil, and that
Hmm.
oil over a period, chemically, it's shown. It's a really, there are many videos also which
Okay.
shows the breaking of the oil, and that oil in that pickle will
Okay.
help burning your extra calories and fat.
Okay. Okay.
So it works
Okay.
better. Another
Okay.
very important ingredient in your lifestyle, in your eating habit, you need to include one very important thing is no electronics while taking your lunch or dinner. When
Hmm.
you are eating, focus on eating.
Hmm.
Many people look at the television or WhatsApp messages, Facebook messages. So it's not a good idea. We need
Okay.
to focus on eating. You
Okay.
see, stomach talks to us. If your
Hmm.
mind is occupied in watching your television or mobile, you will not hear. The stomach will tell you when to stop eating. So overeating can be
Hmm.
really avoided.
Avoided.
We must
Okay.
learn to communicate with the stomach. This is something
Okay.
really good. There is a
Okay.
question here by Vittal Prabhu. Papad roasted, fried thing not allowed, not at all. So this
Okay.
is important. I'm glad you asked this question because anything which is fried, deep fried,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
food value is zero. So
Okay.
उसमें कोई सात्विक नहीं रहता. वो
Okay.
फक्त टेस्ट के लिए, लिप्स के लिए अच्छा है, लेकिन वो हिप्स में जाके बैठता है. मतलब
Uh,
फैट जो है, फूड में जो फैट है, जो ऑयल है, वो नहीं चाहिए. वो डीप फ्राई जो भी है, samosa and batata vada, I also like it. I also eat it. So what we need to do is restrict it. Once in a while, one particular thing is fine, but learn how to restrict it. The whole idea
Okay.
is restricting, and that is where the mind and the willpower comes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw a very interesting tagline in the advertisement poster that you had posted about today's session. It was Khana Khazana, 2 minutes for the leaps, a lifetime for the hips. So we need to, yeah, we really need to watch what we are eating. I have one more question to ask you. Like, many people have a practice of after the lunch or after the dinner, they have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. It becomes a usual habit. It is a habit of many people. And then there are some people who eat fruits after they are done with the meal. So I want to ask you, should the meal be followed by coffee or tea, or should it be followed by fruits? Like, what is the right way of doing it?
Yeah, fresh fruit is definitely good. Fresh fruit juice is definitely good, but not the packaged juice.
Okay.
Anything which is packaged food, avoid that, reduce that.
Okay.
No packaged food.
Okay.
Now, since the time is short today, I
Yes.
would like to focus on one very important aspect of
Okay.
dieting, which
Okay.
normally no dietitian talks about. There are
Okay.
hundreds of experts better
Hmm.
than me. There are
Okay.
specialists on diet. They will
Yes.
measure your body weight and BMI and suggest individually what
Hmm.
kind of
Hmm.
diet you need depending on your goal. You want to reduce the weight or you want to increase the weight. I'm not competing with them. What I
Okay.
want to add is one very important aspect of dieting which is missed because this dietitian never talks about it.
Okay.
Would you like to know?
Yes, definitely.
That aspect is combine meditation with your diet
Okay.
plan.
Hmm.
You see, whatever goal you have, you want to reduce the weight, for example,
Okay.
because most people would like to reduce the weight, the dietitian will keep on hammering. Eat only 200 gram or 100 gram and eat this, don't eat this. There are many experts. What is required is write down your goal and do contemplation. You visualize, imagine that you achieve
Hmm.
that goal
Okay.
by doing अनुपेक्षा ध्यान. ये एक
Hmm.
बहुत ही अच्छा तरीका है. It will drive you. हम
Hmm.
अगले मंडे, नेक्स्ट मंडे, we will discuss more about anupreksha dhyan,
Okay.
how we
Great.
can use visualization and contemplation power to
Hmm.
achieve the goal. There can be
Okay.
many goals, but one of the goals can be to reduce the weight. What
Okay.
happens is your subconscious mind will stop you from that craving.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
We eat more or we tend to eat more often, which is not
Yes.
good. We need some kind of 2 hours break between two
Hmm.
months.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Yeah.
what is important is the subconscious mind now knows, because you have done the contemplation meditation, it will drive you towards that goal. तो वो
Yes.
क्रेविंग नहीं होती है, क्योंकि सबकॉन्शियस माइंड पावर इतना बड़ा होता है, इतना पावरफुल रहता है कि वो अपने
Yes.
आप, हम डाइटिंग एंड वी विल फॉलो व्हाटएवर द डाइटिशियन टेल्स अस. So I
Yes.
am here to emphasize on this point, which is very different. That
Yes.
what to eat, what not to eat, we can keep on debating, we can keep on discussing. There are many specialists.
Yes.
What is required is combine that with the meditation,
Hmm.
with the goal, write down that goal, and using color meditation, you can really achieve what you want.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, but yeah, yeah, because If your mind is not at peace, if restlessness is there, if you're disturbed, we tend to eat more. Yes, this is an observation, and I think, yes, what you said is very correct, that your body and mind are very closely related to each other, and the diet is very closely related to the state of the mind. So meditation can help you to bring the state of your mind to a certain equilibrium level, and then probably, as you said, our diet plans can also work in a better way. One more question before we go is diabetics. Like, there are many people, who are now suffering from diabetes. They are diabetic. Any special tips or any special suggestions for diabetic people?
Yes, there are many tips for diabetes. One very important thing is stop milk and milk products.
Okay.
Immediately you will find the numbers will change.
Okay.
No milk product.
Okay.
Another tip I would like to talk about is okra,
Okay. What is it?
lettuce finger, bendi.
Okay.
So that is a superfood,
Okay.
excellent for diabetes. Two
Okay.
okra, uh, slit it, put it in a glass of water, soak it
Okay.
overnight. In the
Okay.
morning,
Mm-hmm.
जस्ट ड्रिंक दैट वाटर. वो जो ओकरा है उसको निचोड़ के वो
Mm-hmm.
भिंडी का रस वो पानी में वो पानी पीना है.
Okay.
This is amazing, superfood,
Okay.
and this has been tried. I mean, with so many people. So there is a research, there is a proper documentation available that okra is a good superfood for even to prevent diabetes. Normal people, it is good. So all these things put together will help the diabetics. No
Okay.
milk. I keep on repeating because that is very important.
Hmm.
Scientifically, it is proven how this happens. There are so many YouTube videos which
Okay.
explains how the insulin stops going into the muscle and the sugar goes up. Right.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much for wonderful tips for the day, especially for the diabetic people. And I think we are, the time is up now, and I think we need to stop our discussion now. Uh, I think
Yeah.
we have again many more things to discuss about diet and fasting. We'll definitely discuss all those things maybe in some other episode. But thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us on a very important part of our regular routine, so that we are able to have not only healthy body but a healthy mind also, and physical, emotional, and mental health can definitely be enhanced. It can be definitely improved to make our life better. Thank you so much for joining us on the 20th episode of Health with the Scientific Meditation channel. See you at the same time on next Monday,